The Posnanski, over 14 years of elections, the Blyleven has received slightly less than half of the Hall of Fame votes. You may think his case is indisputable, but the voters seem to have been torn for 13 years. The Blyleven's backers sometimes will also act astounded, or even apoplectic over the fact that some, including myself, support the Jack Morris over the Blyleven.
Yes, the John Heyman. Apoplectic is the word. This, I find, is precisely where I stop being reasonable. It so boggles my mind that I have to keep myself from ranting. And I'm never very good about keeping myself from ranting.
If you put the Blyleven's lifetime numbers through a computer, the computer would probably determine that he is a Hall of Famer.
Yes. Exactly.
The best are not defined by being consistently good and sticking around long enough to post totals beyond their actual impact. That is what the Blyleven did.
The Blyleven had a better ERA plus than the Nolan Ryan.
The Blyleven only made 2 All-Star teams, which is an awfully low number for someone who pitched 22 seasons. In other words, he was an All-Star less than 1 out of 10 seasons, or about average, if players were picked randomly.
The Blyleven had the highest WAR in the American League in 1973.
The Blyleven never dominated even one season or certainly a series of seasons. He never finished higher than 3rd in the Cy Young balloting, and only 4 times finished in the top 10, meaning he was never considered among the 2 best pitchers in his league during his time.
Maybe the Blyleven did not get a lot of Cy Young support, but 6 times he had a higher WAR than the guy who actually won the Cy Young.
In filling out my ballot, I go more by impact than career numbers. It is about impact.
Maybe the Blyleven did not have the reputation as a great big game pitcher, but 5-1 with a 2.47 ERA in the end his record and 1-0 games suggests that he didn't really let that reputation stop him from pitching well in big games.
While the Jack Morris career totals generally aren't as good as the Blyleven's. The Jack Morris, to some degree, you had to be there.
I don't understand.
The Jack Morris pitches to the scoreboard, which the very best pitchers could do.
What is pitching to the score? Is it intentionally giving up extra runs when your team has a big lead?
No, it is keeping the opponent's score low when your team does not score a lot of runs.
The Blyleven won more games 1-0 than any pitcher in 90 years.
The Blyleven does not feel like a Hall of Famer.
The Blyleven won more games with an ERA more than a half run lower and an ERA plus advantage of 118 to 105. The Blyleven struck out 1,200 more batters and even more remarkably, walked 68 fewer batters. Why are the walks more remarkable? Because the Blyleven threw 1,100 more innings than the Jack Morris, and he still walked fewer batters.
Yes, if you put the Blyleven's lifetime numbers through a computer, the computer would probably determine that he is a Hall of Famer, but the game is about human beings, not just numbers.
The Blyleven gave up fewer home runs per 9 innings. His whip is significantly better, his ERA plus is significantly better, and he threw more than twice as many shutouts.
I, however, would argue that he was very good, but not quite great.
The Blyleven won more 1-0 shutouts than the Cy Young, and the Blyleven had more shutouts than the entire American League in any entire year for the last 20 years.
I still see winning as the ultimate goal in each game, and Blyleven didn't win all that many more games than he lost.
The Blyleven did win 33 more games than the Jack Morris while playing for appreciably lesser teams most of his career. The Blyleven's teams without him had a .496 winning percentage without him.
The Jack Morris was arguably the best pitcher in the 1980s.
The Jack Morris never won a Cy Young. He never was a factor in the MVP race. The Blyleven has the better overall postseason numbers and beat the Jack Morris in their only matchup.
For the Jack Morris, you had to be there.
I don't understand.
The Jack Morris had a very thick mustache.
The Andre Dawson did not have Hall of Fame numbers, but also had a thick mustache. Are you voting for him too?
Yes.
The Dave Parker did not have Hall of Fame numbers, but also had a thick mustache. Are you voting for him too?
Yes.
The Don Mattingly did not have Hall of Fame numbers, but also had a thick mustache. Are you voting for him too?
Yes.
Johnny works in a factory. Billy works downtown.
I don't understand.
Terry works in a rock and roll band looking for that $1 million sound.
Okay, Joe, have a happy new year.